For the second year in a row, Memorial Day looks a little different than in years past.
In many cases, our backyard barbecues and get-togethers have been replaced by video chats and other marvels of modern technology where there's been a lot of talk about heroes.
Frontline healthcare workers, first responders, teachers, and other essential employees working amid these unprecedented times.
And in the words of President Barack Obama, our nation owes a debt to its fallen heroes that we can never fully repay.
On Memorial Day, although we cannot be together as a community in traditional Novi fashion, still, we hold on to some semblance of what life was and what we know it will return to.
We pay tribute to all who lost their lives fighting to protect the rights and freedoms we enjoy today.
And the memories and emotions this day brings are always the same.
For countless families across the nation, Memorial Day is a stark and often painful reminder of those who were never afforded the opportunity to be honored as veterans for their service to our country.
Their sacrifice is a true expression of selfless service, one that no one would pick for themselves.
Whether they volunteered at the time of war, served during peacetime,
are never expected to wear our nation's uniform until their draft card arrived.
They represent the best America has to offer. Today, we honor members of the military who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country.
The very spirit they were fighting for can be found right here in Novi.
We come from many places, but together we have built an open, inclusive, and welcoming community.
We live in peace and unity, exemplifying the ideals and values for which the men and women we honor today gave their lives.
President George H.W. Bush once said, "Whether we observe the occasion through public ceremony or through private prayer, Memorial Day leaves few hearts unmoved."
Each of the patriots whom we remember on this day was first a beloved son or daughter, a brother or sister, or a spouse, friend, or neighbor.
Today may be the unofficial start of summer, but may it also be a time of remembrance and reflection.
Let us honor those who died for our country by committing ourselves to working on making the world a better place for generations to come.
We look forward to the day we can be together again to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for what we enjoy today.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, Novi. Before I begin, let me first thank Novi's own Sahana Raja, a 2021 Novi High School graduate, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. And special thanks to my colleagues on the Novi City Council for their moving opening of today's virtual ceremony. It is a time-honored tradition that we gather as a community on Memorial Day to pay tribute to all who lost their lives fighting to protect the rights and freedoms we enjoy today. For as long as I can remember, our spirited Novi community lined the streets and gathered here on the north lawn of the Civic Center as we honored those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. Although, again this year, we cannot be together in traditional Novi fashion, we wanted to be with you, albeit virtually, to remember our fallen heroes. You see, the very spirit they were fighting for can be found right here in Novi. We come from many places, but together we have built an open, inclusive, and welcoming community. We live in peace and unity, exemplifying the ideals and values for which the men and women we honor today have given their lives. We live in a nation where liberty is celebrated and freedom forms the pinnacle of our values. How fortunate we are to have men and women who understand our nation's need to defend our freedom and with honor answer the call of duty. In the words of President Ronald Reagan, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We do not pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. With us here today is a Novi resident and City of Novi employee, retired United States Navy officer Larry Butler. Larry, the podium is yours.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Gatt, for the invitation for me to speak today. I'm honored to stand up here on Memorial Day, a day that commemorates the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and talk about freedoms and dreams made possible by their bravery. At one time, 1% of the general population stepped forward, raised their hands, and swore to serve without asking for anything in return. They did so in the name of freedom, freedom for themselves, their families, and complete strangers. Freedom has several meanings, and we each have our own definition. For me, it means I can live in one of the freest countries in the world, that I can vote for the candidate of my choice and pick wherever I want to live, which, by the way, I chose Novi, one of the best places I've ever lived. Freedom allows me to have the job of my choice, travel when and where I want, and watch any show or listen to the music I enjoy without fear of being censored. It means an education, not just for the privileged, but for all who want to succeed. It means believing in what I want to believe. It means saying thank you when you see someone who served, knowing they truly understood what it means to believe in something bigger than yourself. Men and women like myself miss graduations, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, and holidays due to the duties of our job. But as former President George W. Bush put it, their sacrifice was great, but not in vain. All Americans in every free nation on earth can trace their liberty to white markers of the places like Arlington National Cemetery, and may God keep us grateful. As a soldier myself, freedom means an endearment of closely bonded brothers, sisters, fathers, and mothers from all walks of life. We were brought together for the same purpose and stood side by side through the good and bad. I could go on and on with stories of service and sacrifice known only to those who were there to witness it. On days like today, we can remember those heroes who can no longer speak for themselves. The harsh reality of war is not that everyone will make it home. I was one of the lucky ones. One thing I learned was that nothing was more important to me than those around me. Former President Ronald Reagan maybe summed up freedom the best and just how fleeting it is. I don't have to tell you how fragile this precious gift of freedom is. He said, every time we hear, watch, or read the news, we are reminded that liberty is rare commodity in this world. It's also a commodity that has given me so much. I saw the world. Many places like many of you would only see on National Geographic. I made friends with families from different nations who shared my same dreams and wants. Peace, a good life, good friends, family, and most of all, a chance. Sometimes when we talk with friends from abroad, I tell them about where I live. I see a look in their eyes that tells me everything I need to know. I live in the very best place in the world, a place where I am free, a place I can call my home. The flag behind me does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died, protecting it. Because of them, I was able to keep pursuing my dreams, and so are you. So as I wrap up this morning, I hope everyone takes the time to remember those who gave their all for a nation they love. They are heroes, and they truly understood the responsibility that comes with freedom. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Larry, for those inspiring words. Thank you also for your service to our country and the United States Navy, and now our city of Novi. I would now like to ask Mr. Raymond Rodriguez, a retired member of the United States Army and Senior Vice Commander of the VFW Post 1519 in Northville, to lay a wreath in honor of all of the fallen. Thank you, Vice Commander. Again, thank you, Sahana, Mr. Butler, Vice Commander Rodriguez, and our Community Relations Studio 6 team for sharing your time with us this Memorial Day. And I would be remiss if I didn't add thank you to Miss Cheryl Walsh-Malloy, the director, organizer, producer, and really everything that made today possible. Thank you all. And of course to you, our viewing audience, thank you for joining us virtually. On behalf of the City Council and our entire city staff team, we look forward to the day we can be together again to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for what we enjoy today. As we remember and reflect today, let us honor those who died for our country by committing ourselves to working on making the world a better place for generations to come. To conclude our ceremony, I will ask Sahana to return to the podium for one of my favorite tunes, America the Beautiful. God bless and have a safe and healthy Memorial Day.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea shining sea. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining